A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John chapter 6, verses 30 to 35. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. They waffled. Why don't you give us a clue about who you are? Just a hint of what's going on. When we see what's up, we'll commit ourselves. Show us what you can do. Moses fed our ancestors with bread in the desert. It says so in the scriptures. He gave them bread from heaven to eat. Jesus responded, the real significance of that scripture is not that Moses gave you bread from heaven, but that my Father is right now offering you bread from heaven, the real bread. The bread of God came down out of heaven and is giving life to the world. They jumped at that. Master, give us this bread, now and forever. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. The person who aligns with me hungers no more and thirsts no more, ever. The Gospel of the Lord.
Reflections on the Gospel according to John, chapter 6, verses 30 to 35. We continue with the chapter 6 of John. Jesus explains the nature of the Father in heaven in an attempt to clarify the misconceptions of the Jews. They believed it was Moses who provided their ancestors with manna in the desert. So they said, He gave them bread from heaven to eat. Jesus corrects that notion. It was not Moses, but my Father in heaven who gives you bread from heaven. He goes on to explain 4 elements from their argument. It is the Father, the initiator and the source of life. The life that God offers is pure gift, a gift that God longs to give. The Father, the giver of life, also nourishes the life with the bread from heaven. And this heavenly bread is to be eaten. People need to believe, receive, and actively absorb this bread from heaven. This authentic bread came down from heaven and gives life not only to Israel, but also to the whole world. The word world does not necessarily mean the universe. Rather, it refers to the human society that is corrupted by the power of sin. It is to this concrete, broken, and corrupted world that Jesus wishes to give life. Unless this corrupted society is redeemed, the rest of the people would remain captive under their destructive influence. Jesus would not only give bread from heaven, but He was the bread from heaven. Jesus makes a self-description with the powerful words, I am. I am the bread from heaven. It contains a veiled revelation of Jesus' divine origin. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. As Jesus had already promised the Samaritan woman, whoever drinks the water that I shall give will never thirst again. So now He promises the same to those who come to Him. Those who undertake the journey of faith to believe in Him would never be hungry. To accept Jesus as the bread of life means coming to Him and believing in Him. The offer that Jesus makes is not confined. Whoever comes, He says. Whoever believes. Its outreach was inclusive and expressed the universal, unconditional love of the Father. Let us desire for this bread through which our lives are nourished, the bread of life.